think we're on. Hey, guys on RC, can you hear us?
Oh, it's at least partly on. I can see myself.
Oh God, how do I add these people?
Mm.
Okay, I think I invited them. Oh, I see Doug. Hey, Doug, you here? Doug? I think I invited them.
What is it?
Oh, I see Doug. Hey, Joel, Doug, you guys have video you can turn on? I don't know how to accept other invites to Google+. Hey, Doug, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, are you gonna? Yeah, I can see you too. Good.
What's up, guys?
Just hey,
Hey.
does anyone know how to add new people? Oh, there we go. Oh, figured it out. Hey, Joel, Doug, you guys have video you can turn on?
You don't see me?
How are you guys?
Good, how are you? I don't know how to accept other invites to Google+. Oh, Doug, can you close the window with me talking in it?
Here, you want me to put headphones on?
Yeah, I can see you too. No, turn off.
Somebody's going really slow.
Alright, everyone's my friend. Come join.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. Are you gonna stop being laggy, please?
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Hey.
Okay, I think I invited everyone that plus me on Google+.
Yeah, I think we
Another
got some
person?
lag.
Yeah, I think you need a faster connection. Or not your phone.
Oh, so many guys around here. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah, I can hear you,
Patrick,
Joel.
you can hear me well?
I can hear you.
Am
Yeah,
I
I can hear
am I
you.
lagging?
No, you're fine.
No, you
I'm
sound
fine.
okay.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay, so there's several people that I've never seen before on here. Hello, guys. Hold on, let me make sure everyone that wants to be here is here. So, by the way, anyone can add a thing underneath their face using the, let's see, what is it? Google Hangout toolbox, which you can add. So if you want people to know who you are, that's an easy way to do that.
Is there a chat somewhere that people can type into?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I've never done this before, so.
All right. Well, for now, I'm going to look at the page that you tweeted.
Yeah, do that. I'll look at Twitter, and we can forward on the questions and stuff later. So, if you guys want to ask us any questions, can you hashtag VeriCoin, and we'll try to read them. If you're not on here, otherwise you can add me on Google Plus, and I can try to add you so you can join the chat. Yeah, I'm going to tweet the YouTube one too. Oh, this is so confusing.
It keeps on switching to different people.
Oh, so now it's switching to me. Oh, there it is. Much better.
Are you guys getting my video feed?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, outstanding.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
cool. So people are talking on this. Hello, Matthew Torino. Just before we start, I'll answer this question. I'd rather my girlfriend have black teeth.
Ridiculous.
All right. Okay, so let's get started. I think we have a list of things we want to do first. By the way, I guess the developer should introduce ourselves. I'm Pat. You guys know me as a VeriCoin developer. But my thing flipped backwards. Dave and Doug, you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, Doug.
Sure. I'm Doug. I'm Effects to Cause. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see some faces associated with some nicknames, and looking forward to talking about VeriCoin.
Outstanding.
Right. I'm David. I'm known as VeriCoin Dev 3. Be happy to answer any questions anybody has.
All right, so I guess Joel, formerly known as His Farm, gave us a nice list of things that actually is pretty good for us to go over. So I think the three developers, we can go through these questions, these pre-asked questions, and talk about it a little bit. And then Joel can tell everyone about some of his projects, which, I don't know why there's a lot of controversy, but Joel has been nothing but helpful to us. He's donated a lot of money to help us do stuff, and we don't answer to him, so there's really no way you can take advantage of VeriCoin, as far as I can tell. So I'd just like to put that out first. All right, so let's start off. The first question we were asked is, when was VeriCoin born? So I guess I'll start with this, and Doug can sort of answer it later. I got into mining when I was in college, and Doug and I are both researchers at Rutgers University, and over the last year or so I've been telling him about cryptocurrencies and mining and that kind of stuff, and I had gotten very lucky with mining Dogecoin, and then finally, after Dogecoin, Blackcoin. So I told Doug has said, wow, this is a cool way to make money, it's the whole idea of cryptocurrency is really interesting to me, so why don't we try to figure out a way to make it better, and we can make our own cryptocurrency. So I thought this was a cool idea. We came up, maybe in January we started talking about it. We had some ideas about how to make things better, faster transaction times and that kind of stuff. I think Doug just dropped out. So anyway, we had ideas about how to make a good cryptocurrency, and that sort of started in January. So that's when it was born. So the next question, unless Dave, you want to say anything, I know you sort of got involved with the project a little bit later, so.
Yeah, I got involved in the project, I guess, in January, roughly. Started working on the pool and trying to help you guys get everything set up, and only recently have I started really trying to be out on the forums and Twitter and in IRC and everything. Hopefully I've been helpful to anybody who has questions. If not, you can yell at me in IRC.
Cool. All right. So, and Doug sort of, as I mentioned, got involved after I had exposed him to crypto in the lab we work in. So the next question, can you explain VeriSend? What makes it different from the other Anon coins? So VeriSend was something we'd been thinking about for a long time. And we started thinking about anonymous transactions back when Darkcoin was talking about their system. And a friend of mine, Dan Kaminsky, looked really heavily into Bitcoin and realized that it's not actually anonymous at all. So we were trying to figure out ways, what's the best way to anonymize things, and we came up with this idea of using ring nodes, which are basically servers with wallets on them, which have a large volume of money that's constantly rotating. And as long as a lot of people are sending things to it and receiving things from it, there's no way you can prove that one person sent some to another person if you use some techniques like splitting payments up into small chunks or sending to multiple addresses. And so that's sort of where we got started. I don't really personally care that much about anonymous transactions because I don't really have anything to hide, but I know there are people that want to hide things for one reason or another. And so we really started building VeriSend up because there's demand. But it's not something that I personally care about that much. We just thought we could do it, and I think we've done a pretty good job with it. So would Doug or Dave like to talk at all about VeriSend?
Doug needs to be added back into. Oh no, he's back in. Never mind.
I just got back in. Sorry, something I disconnected somehow.
Get rid of your iPhone, man.
Oh, I'm on my computer.
Okay. Get rid of it back.
Yeah, I think one thing about VeriSend is that I think right now, and Dave could actually speak to this more than I could, but I think right now it's extremely anonymous. And one of the things that we'll be doing as we move forward is making it as anonymous, but more efficient, and also adding decentralization components over time, where basically we build out the possibilities to have a fully decentralized anonymous. But that'll be a work in progress over time. And I think we're erring on the extremely anonymous side right now, which is good because it justifies the technology, and then we can add efficiencies and improvements.
Dave, you have anything you want to say about it?
Nothing in particular. I have lots of plans to improve it. I think I have a pretty good grasp of where its weaknesses are currently, and I have some planning that I have to conquer them. The main one will be getting it decentralized.
So I think one last thing, we released this white paper about how VeriSend works, and actually our implementation is better than the white paper because we're, in addition to using ring nodes, we're sending through exchanges too, which is actually decoupling the transactions. So while it is centralized, there's really no way to decentralize when you use exchanges as well. So we're going to have a version eventually with the source code available where you can have it just run locally with ring nodes, or have the option where you can import an API key for an exchange like Poloniex or something. So anyway, I think that's enough about VeriSend. What people are really interested, I think, is Veribit. And the question is, how does the Veribit feature work? So maybe it's a good idea to give some introduction to why we thought Veribit would be useful. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there now. Most of them you can't use for anything. Some of them you can use for some things, like Dogecoin, for example. There's a couple places that accept it. I don't know of anywhere that accepts Darkcoin. Litecoin's accepted by a few places, but really the one that's accepted by most places is Bitcoin. So obviously there's this huge market of places that accept Bitcoin. And when we launched VeriCoin, we knew there's going to be really everyone buying VeriCoin wasn't buying it to spend it. They're buying it because they thought one day they could spend it. And we wanted people to have a place they could use the VeriCoin early, so we made Veribit. And what Veribit does is it leverages a large stash of Bitcoin so that it doesn't affect the exchange rate significantly. And when people send through Veribit, the funds immediately come out of that. That's how it's so fast. After we do verification that people are sending the correct money. And then we slowly over time, using a version of the optimized buying algorithm, buy back Bitcoin to keep the fund alive. And that way, you know, if you want to send a huge amount of Bitcoins using VeriCoin, you're not going to crash the price. Also, right now, you know, it's still very young. We want to make sure we don't have any big bugs or anything, so we're restricting it to a small, you know, 0.15 Bitcoin quantity right now. But eventually, you know, we're going to open it up so you can send virtually anything, a big deposit. One thing we noticed, though, is people aren't really using it yet, which is kind of weird. We expected people to start using it when we released it, and a few people did to test it. But I think maybe people are thinking they don't want to spend it now because it's going to be worth more money soon or something. I don't really know. The other devs like to comment on that?
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, sure. So in relation to that, I'm going to answer one of the questions that's being posted about it deflating the value of VeriCoin. There is a risk that it will slowly deflate the coin, just because, you know, it's putting sell pressure out. But the hope is that it's a temporary measure until more people start accepting VeriCoin, and then it'll be, you know, phased out. It's also offset by some of the other efforts we're making, you know, like the pool and stuff that are putting a lot of buy pressure out, and that should help counteract some of that.
Yeah, and I think to Dave's point, I think there's a fairly good analogy. I think that when Apple was about to go bankrupt in the 90s, and Steve Jobs came back and talked to essentially Bill Gates and was like, listen, we have to have Office on the Mac, otherwise we're done. I think it's kind of like that. We're accepting that we're, to some extent, without embracing Bitcoin, we're not going to be able to compete with the market penetration initially. So if we embrace Bitcoin's market penetration and adopt it, then essentially we can take a new position in the coin market, and then as Dave said, essentially begin to build out our own market and our own infrastructure.
Yeah, I think that's true. If you guys give me a second, I'm going to invite the other
Okay,
people.
while you pause that, I'm going to answer another question.
Sure.
Somebody else asked about the VeriCoin blockchain getting too large. That is a concern, that it could get bloated and become slow. We've been discussing ways to improve that. Currently, they conflict with how interest is computed because it takes the coin's age into account. But we do have plans to make it so that the blockchain does not grow to enormous sizes and just bogs everything down.
Cool. Okay. So I guess let's go to the next on the list. Let me see. Okay. So once a person, so this is about Vera SMS. Once a person gets a text, and if they don't have access to a computer, how can they send the received VeriCoins to another person? Well, one thing that's really cool about Vera SMS, and isn't something that exists, I think, in some of the, I think there's one clone of it already, is we can send using Vera SMS to any VeriCoin public key. So yeah, it sucks typing in all these, uppercase and lowercase letters and numbers on your dumb phone. But it is actually possible to send to anyone with a VeriCoin address. Also, we have someone working on an Android wallet for it that's going to leverage the Ver SMS platform, and a QR code reader will be built in so we can send directly to those addresses. Of course, you can always send to another phone number. But I don't think there's really any limitations. It's so easy that anyone without a computer should be able to use it.
Yeah, and to Pat's point, I would just say that having SMS makes it possible to have potentially 50% of the world's population using VeriCoin. So the details of how those mechanisms might be most easily wielded in different countries in different currency contexts will be worked out over time, and it'll be to some extent a case-by-case basis that we've already started with the SMS gateway numbers and such that Pat was mentioning. But just the mere fact that we're not limiting ourselves to people who have a computer or a smartphone is huge, because there's a lot of reasons for people to want and need to transfer value, currency, money to each other across the world.
Dave, do you have anything you want to say about Vera SMS? I mean, it's sort of your pet project.
Not too much at the moment. Now that Verisend and Veribit are in a much better place, I'll be doing a lot more development on those, on the SMS wallet. I plan to add aliasing and usernames and a web interface to it as well. But people will hear about that in the near future, and it'll come out, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Cool. All right. So next question. Explain.
Well, Pat, real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
Now you know the like on the Kaseikis coins, how they got the short Bitcoin address. Would it be possible to implement a short address for the SMS service? Because people, big thing was oh, got to type in these whole big huge long addresses.
Yeah. So the short addresses aren't actually short addresses. I mean, in theory they are, until someone makes an address that happens to have those first characters. I don't really think that's something that's reliable. They made those coins when there weren't very many addresses, so
Oh, okay. All
they
right.
happen to be sort of unique then.
To address that, though, the aliasing is going to allow you, so you only have to type it once, and then you can use a short name for it that's linked to your account. So, I would add Pat's address as send to Pat, and then from then on I could just do send to Pat amount. So that'll help. I mean, you'll still have to type it in once, but that means you won't have to worry about it every time.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's one other thing on that is when you're going from phone to phone, you only have to type a phone number, which is half the battle there.
I think it's better than half the battle if you're using T9 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain to us what the VeriCoin Incubator project is. Well, one thing I noticed about most of the other coins is there's really no incentive for a developer to start doing something. And of course, there's companies developing stuff for Bitcoin because Bitcoin's worth a lot of money, and they see that as an opportunity to make a lot of money. But VeriCoin, is so new. There's really no incentive yet, or no big incentive for people to get involved early. So we have this project where people might need some help parsing the blockchain or talking to the VeriCoin D daemon program, and we wanted to offer our support to help people learn how to work with VeriCoin. Not only that, but we're going to have a bounty fund to help some of these developers, get off the ground a little bit. If they need to buy a cheap Android phone to mess around with, they can use that. But basically, the whole idea is the incubator project gives new developers a leg up and gives them a reason to start working with VeriCoin. Anyone? No? Okay. The next question. Tell us about wallet and staking. So I guess the whole idea behind VeriCoin is we have this system called network stake dependent interest. And network stake dependent interest is something that is sort of a vague term. You know, what does it mean exactly? Well, so the way coins work, most cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin works with a system called proof of work, and that requires miners to expend a huge amount of money and energy in order to validate the blockchain. And of course, when you have a miner with 51%, like CEX.io had a couple weeks ago, you have the ability to manipulate the blockchain in a way where you can double spend, which basically means you can control anyone else's money by making yours essentially infinite. And that's really, really bad. So there was a coin called VeriCoin which introduced the proof of stake type of block. And the way that is generated is you prove that you own a certain number of coins. And that system's really cool. And then eventually NovaCoin came out, which had a similar system, and then BlackCoin. And BlackCoin is really the most similar to us. BlackCoin has a simple 1% flat rate. And we thought, okay, there's got to be a way to leverage this because if people don't have any incentive to stake, they're not going to have their wallets online, which means they're not going to be confirming blocks. And when you're not confirming blocks, the network gets slow. And you make it easy for someone with a small amount of coin to attack the blockchain with 51% of the coins. So with our network stake dependent interest model, the VeriCoin user has a reason to stake their coins, and staking their coins, of course, makes the network stronger. And the reason for that is the more people that do it, the higher the interest rate is. So it's sort of a network effect where people want to stake their coins because they get more coins themselves, and that makes it so people can't attack the blockchain as easily. Doug, you want to talk a little bit about this? This is sort of our original idea for VeriCoin.
Yeah, the other thing, what Pat said is definitely our motivations and strategy for the network stake dependent interest. And the other thing is that's kind of nice about it is that the exchange wallets are 99% of the time not staking because it's much easier for them to handle the wallets when they're not staking. So essentially, it's also the network weight is also a measure of what percentage of coins are in the exchange wallets versus in personal wallets. And when you have a lot of coins in the exchange wallets, essentially you have a lot of people that are looking to potentially sell their VeriCoin because we're in a peak or whatever. They want a profit. They need to move on to other things, whatever the case may be. So one of the key aspects is that although the percentage is a small range, it's actually, over the span of the percentage change, it's a doubling of coin. You could go from 1% something to 2% something. So the actual interest can double, can half. And as VeriCoin becomes more valuable, the interest earned will be more significant relative to fiat currencies. And that's when actually I think that the network stake dependent interest might play an even larger role, because when there's a lot of coin in the wallets of the exchanges, assuming people are preparing to sell, the supply drops off. And it's still there. There's still interest. There's still incentive for holding coins, but it's also a protection mechanism against excessive inflation, and it's tuned to what's happening at that moment.
Cool. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Let's see, what is that?
Before you move on to the set ones, I think there's a good question about the partnerships we're developing with companies and marketing efforts.
Yeah, I think let's sort of at the, I don't know if you've seen the document, but at the end, we're going to be talking about that anyway.
I'll just log them.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is actually when we're going to talk about it. So we're going to talk a little bit about some future projects now. We're not going to tell you all about all of our future projects, but so just generally, we don't want to go too deep into them, but we're working on a new wallet, as you know, and the new wallet is going to have Veribit and Verasend integrated to them. And you've seen some screenshots of how it's going to look. Sort of in a longer term, we're going to have a new wallet that looks very nice. It's going to have a flat UI, kind of like the new Android and iOS systems have. And we're adding, and I think this will be a first for crypto, the ability for you to buy using fiat directly from the wallet. And that, I think, will really allow people that don't know much about crypto, that don't want to have to go to Coinbase and buy Bitcoin, to get VeriCoin. And I think that's going to be very powerful. Some other things that some developers that aren't us are working on that we can talk about vaguely are a developer is working on an Android wallet that's going to leverage the Vera SMS system. I think Dave is working on a reverse Veribit, so maybe we can call it BitVeri, which allows you to...
That is a terrible name.
Yeah, we haven't named it yet, but a way for you to quickly buy without having to have an exchange account, VeriCoin at rates comparable to the exchanges. And I think Joel has some big projects he would like to talk about regarding marketing and PR and that kind of stuff. As you guys know, he has donated a significant amount of his personal money to the VeriCoin project, and actually I just posted on the Bitcoin Talk announcement thread that we're hoping to raise some money from the community so you don't feel as that he has control over VeriCoin, but you guys can figure that out for yourselves. He's been very generous, and he has some really good connections, including people that I've talked to, and I can say for sure are real people, and they actually do the things that he says they do, so you don't need to worry about that. Joel, you want to go over that a little bit? You have to unmute yourself first.
Much better now. There you go. Good night, everybody. How are you? I am formerly known Wisfarm, but I'm not Wisfarm. I am actually Joel Bosch. And basically, I got into crypto in December of last year. And just like everybody else, I was just trying to find out where I could fit or to learn what cryptocurrency was all about. And like everybody else, I just went through my ups and downs. And, you know, it's been very interesting, you know. But I actually come from the entertainment world. A lot of people could probably just tweet or, I mean, go on Twitter or YouTube and probably find my old stuff that I used to work on. So to give you a little bit of background of myself, I went to the University of Massachusetts for business administration, and I only did about a year and a half, and after that I just said, man, this is taking too long for me to do business. I got to get into the nitty-gritty. My dad owned some clothing stores, and I just basically said, okay, I'm going to go help my dad, but I also did music, so then I got into the music. So I just basically been in the music, entertainment, and business side of things for maybe over 18 years. So that's a pretty long time, and that's where I pretty much learned the chops about business, music. I put records out. I've been signed to Universal as an artist, Latin artist. I've done many different records. Probably got like 6 albums out. And then after that, I basically opened up a couple of different businesses, you know, including Mac Wizard, which is an Apple repair company here in Miami, and a clothing company, J. Bosch, and numerous things. So going back to crypto, I got into crypto because one of my customers in Mac Wizard, when they came, they told me about, you know, Bitcoin, and I really didn't know anything about it. So I was like, what? How can I not know about it? And I have an IT company. So that's how I started doing the research on crypto, and basically got myself to some of those butterfly labs and started mining. And then I said, well, I don't understand too much about this. I don't think I'm gonna get my money back. How does this work? And I did the research. Then I got into the altcoins, started buying altcoins and stuff like that, and learned a little bit about them. And one of the coins that I started with, you know, big time, was obviously Blackcoin. Everybody knows that, I guess. This is the big issue, so I'm going to bring it to the front. And I really thought, you know, from all the coins that I had gotten myself into, I thought Blackcoin was one of the strongest ones because of the POS technology and RAT4 and all that. So putting things aside, because I have a lot of things, in my personal life, a lot of people that I know, in terms of just daily things, just a lot of different business owners that I know. They started asking me a lot of questions about crypto and what maybe they should get themselves involved with. So through my research, I just felt that maybe with the things that I had done and the things that I was going to bring to the table, I had to be very careful how I would bring in my connections to maybe help either a coin or people move forward the currency and kind of like push it out of crypto. Because one of the things I learned when I was doing the mining and pretty much investing in crypto is that I saw that it was kind of like a small community. And I come from obviously getting on stages, doing tours. So I'm used to doing big things. I'm used to doing like big shows, big events, traveling, and all of that. So I said, how can, aside from Bitcoin, how can any of these coins maybe go to the regular, to the mass public, mass media? And that's when I started thinking like maybe I should put some of my connections into play. But I had to be really careful on how I brought those people in, because obviously, as you guys know, there's some people that start fudding or saying things, and it could pretty much affect someone else's life. So I just wasn't, maybe comfortable. Maybe I don't know. I just don't want to talk bad about Blackcoin, but I just didn't feel comfortable after I did my research. I didn't feel comfortable bringing in my connections and maybe having them getting burned or whatever. So I guess I kept on doing my research, and I was looking at VeriCoin from the beginning, since the wallet issues and all of that. And I guess at that point, I read up on what they were doing. I saw that they were working really hard, and I kind of like said, hey, if these guys get their wallet issue together, it's really going to say a lot to me. It really means that they're going to push through and whatever. And I just kept on looking. I bought a few, and I saw that they broke through, that they fixed the wallet, and I just said, you know what, these guys probably are probably serious people. And that's when I started doing my research on Patrick, doing my research on the rest of the team. And from what I gathered, I said to myself, this is not like developers that are going to run away. I don't think that these people are going to maybe do some scamming or whatever. And I started just following them, seeing what they were doing, and I really, really felt confident not only about the work that they were doing, but about themselves. And when I really dug in deeper, I started feeling confident. I felt that maybe this might be the right place where I could probably put my connections at play. And this is just me, it's not like, nobody told me or whatever. I just felt that this was the right thing. So I am actually here as another community member. I am not here to control anything, so you guys can tweet it or whatever. I'm just another community member that happens to have a lot of connections, and that basically, from myself, I just feel like maybe this is where I want to put my connections at play, because I've read Patrick's background. I now know Doug, David. These are serious people, and they're here to do serious work. And I'm also here to pretty much do serious work. So with that, if you want, I can get into the things that I'm bringing in, or maybe somebody has questions before I get into the PR stuff.
I'll just say something real quick. Do you pronounce your name Joel? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Joel.
Joel has been super supportive. He's actually, it's one of these rare situations where someone is very generous and doesn't want anything in return. It's actually really, and I believe him when he says that. And it's a unique opportunity for him and for us and for the community to move VeriCoin, like he said, to more people, to beyond just crypto. And I think that's when crypto can really have a positive effect in the world. So I just want to back up Joel and say, you know, as much faith as he has in us, we have in him as well.
Yeah, maybe before Joel gets into all of his connections and stuff, we should answer the questions that we've been asked on IRC, Twitter, and the Google Hangout page. Whoa, this is weird. I do have a dot over my head. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
that's kind of weird. There was a good question about where ATMs will be rolled out potentially.
Okay, so the ATMs that you can access VeriCoin with are provided by Moolah, and I think there have been somewhere around 20 of them sold, including one to myself. And I'm in New Jersey, and I'm going to have my ATM available for anyone to use with VeriCoin and any other cryptocurrency by Moolah. But it'll really allow people who have no exposure to crypto to get into it. They can print a paper wallet by putting in cash, for example, and it's really going to be very powerful. So I'm very excited about it. We actually had this thing going on with Moolah for a while now. I invested in Moolah back when they first started looking for investors, and I think the fact that I have a good connection with them is going to help us a lot with getting a good partner for fiat trading and for storefronts and all that kind of stuff. You want to go through other questions, Dave? Can't grab it. Oh no, a second one came.
There we go. It wouldn't let me unmute myself for a minute there. I didn't see anything else too pressing. Some suggestions, the marketing thing. I don't know. Someone who's been watching IRC more closely. Anybody have a good question from there?
I haven't really been watching at all.
I haven't been watching.
I'm tracking the IRC and nothing really so far. Just the ATM question.
All right, so let's see. I'm just going to comment on some things Bryce has been saying. I don't know if he's watching this or not, but he's pointing out Bitcoin had SMS. That's true. They did have SMS. Myriad had SMS. They didn't have it before us. I think they announced it before us, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think SMS is VeriCoin's unique feature. I think there's no reason no coin could have it, or there's no reason every coin couldn't have it. So, and also he's mentioning that ATMs are available. Yeah, that's true. Like I said, Moolah has these ATMs, which is they're going to do a lot of good stuff for crypto. So let me go and look at the tweets with VeriCoin tagged. So while I look for some, Dave, are there any other questions from the Google Plus page you think we should talk about?
No, nothing at all.
Okay, so let's see.
They're just talking about your Veridots.
There is one good question. Apparently the Hangout's full, and people on Facebook are asking if this will be on Facebook.
It won't be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but I was just repeating the question that was asked.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know how to do very much of this stuff. I don't use Google Hangouts very often, but anyway, yes, it'll be on YouTube. Okay, so a question someone asked us, Mark asked us what we think the actual price is going to be. That's kind of a ridiculous question to ask the developers of the coin. I have no idea. I think we're not going to stop developing this ever, as far as I'm concerned. I don't see any reason why it couldn't become the #1 cryptocurrency. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen overnight. There's plenty of day traders and swing traders that are messing with VeriCoin, and that's fine. Everyone's got to do what they want to do, and there's no reason no way for us to stop them, no reason to stop them. I'm hoping that people, after seeing us and hearing us talk about our plans, they'll believe us. They'll hitch a ride with us, and we'll take VeriCoin to really the maximum level of cryptocurrency. I don't know if Dave or Doug want to talk about that at all.
Yeah, I'll just quickly second what Pat said. yeah, we're you know, I think we're staying realistic, and but that also allows us to strategize in a way that, you know, in a way that makes our path towards success more efficient. And definitely I want to second that. You know, we're in this for the long haul. You know, if I mean, obviously if we weren't, you know, we would have stayed hidden or something. But
Thank you.
you know,
Appreciate that.
this is I mean, in addition to, you know, this being a financial tool, it's also a philosophical, like, reformation of money right now, but it could also be many other things. So so there's, you know, passions beyond just finance that motivates us to continue forward, um, you know, relentlessly.
Okay, so do you have anything to say about it, Dave? Do you have any
No, but I do
price
have something I want to
predictions?
talk about from the Google chat. Somebody asked about the physical coins.
Yeah, so we're, you know, the core dev team isn't really set to talk about that because it's not our project, but a IRC member named SoCal has been working on it. He's actually in this with us, and you wanna say something about your physical coins?
Yeah, sure. I'll give you guys a little background. I'm SoCal, aka William Sedlak. Not associated with. I'm not a dev of VeriCoin first and foremost. Just want to put that out there to everybody. But I have been working with these guys on a couple projects, and I'm extremely impressed by these guys. But anyway, about the physical VeriCoins, they will be 1 ounce of 0.999 pure silver. Only about 100, I think, are going to be produced in the first run. Now, the startup costs associated with this are actually quite high. Custom mold costing anywhere from $500 to $800 right off the bat. The holograms cost $300-400, so you're looking at
Well,
$1,000 just in that stuff without even getting into the actual coins. So I actually started a start join for the Culvera coins. Now I had to, just to put this out there, I did have to select flexible funding, which under their definition means that the money will not be returned if the amount is not the goal amount is not set. That is not the case, though. I selected that so that bitcoins would be able to be donated before the goal amount was set. But yes, now also about the physical Vericoins, because we're located in the United States, we fall under United States money transmitting laws. Unfortunately, I am not a licensed money transmitter, so I cannot send these coins. I cannot sell these coins funded. But to kind of work around that, the coins will be unfunded, but they will come with a 10 VRC or Vericoin donation as a thank you. Whatever you do with that 10 Vericoins is up to you. You can load them on the coin, or you can do whatever else you want with them, but they will not be loaded onto the coin itself.
Cool. Okay. So let's see. Anything else? Okay. So someone asked if we're working on a point of sale feature on IRC. We're not directly, I guess, but there's no reason that you couldn't use Moolah, for example, which is integrated Vericoin. And actually, there's a couple others that haven't announced yet that are also working on integrating point of sale with Vericoin. So I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be something to be worried about in the near future. Yeah. Let's see. Are there any other questions? Have you guys seen any other ones that we should answer?
No, I'm not seeing anything.
So someone says
I'm looking at IRC right now.
someone says if Vericoin had Rat4 as their dev and me developing the add-on features, it would replace Likewind Theorem. First of all, I am not the dev team. The three of us are the dev team. So don't think that just me would be anything. In fact, it would probably be worse if it was just me. I'd probably break something. We do hold high regard for Rat4. I was a big believer in Blackcoin. I still think it's a good technology. Maybe some people that are involved and sort of the face of it might have hurt the coin's image a little bit, but Rat4, in my opinion, is a very, very talented developer. So yeah, I mean, it would be cool if we had him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see. Someone asked a question.
Somebody asked about the VeriBank.
Right, VeriBank. So I think I'm actually the only developer that knows much about it because it's not being developed by us. There's a developer who is working with us through the incubation fund, the incubator project, and I'm not going to reveal his name or much of that now until he wants to be public, but he is someone who supports VeriCoin heavily. He actually was the second biggest donor to our trip to Chicago, and he came to us with a project where he wanted to make something called VeriBank, and I'm not going to get too deep into it because I don't want someone I don't want to mislead anyone because I don't know, I'm not the one making the VeriBank, but it sounds really cool. Like basically, essentially a Coinbase-like system where you have an account. You can manipulate it through the web or maybe through a mobile wallet. You can send to QR codes to addresses using QR codes, and there will be possibly two different types of accounts. There'll be a checking account, which is a hot wallet, and a savings account, which is a semi-cold wallet, which stakes but is disconnected from the internet most of the day. Now, I wish there was more I could share. I just really don't know much more besides the fact that it's being worked on, and everything I've heard is really, really cool. But also, I guess the last thing I know about it is it will be integrated. It will have VeriSend and Veribit integrated to it. So, as you can imagine, maybe you'll have a wallet on your phone, the VeriBank wallet, and you'll have the ability to send money to both VeriCoin and Bitcoin addresses. And I think that would be really neat. Yeah, I guess there's no other input on that because no one else really knows about it. But another question, is the timeline for the release of Veribit integration to the VeriCoin wallet still on schedule? I don't see any reason for it not to be. Yeah, Doug can comment on that.
I'm heading up for the most part right now the integration, and I'm on the home stretch. Timeline is looking solid.
Yeah, I don't think we should talk too much more about that because we don't want people. We like our ninja stuff anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, look out for it. It'll be out. Maybe we should talk a little bit about our trip to the North American Bitcoin Conference. So first, I'd like to thank everyone that donated to us. It was amazing seeing $3,000 roll in like a week or 9 days or something like that. Well, our goal was to get to the North American Bitcoin Conference. The reason for that is because it's a very influential conference. Some very powerful people in the crypto world are going to be there, and it's a really good way for us to make connections. A good way to make connections with people in the crypto world. So we figured we would go there, we'd represent VeriCoin, we'd tell everyone why VeriCoin we think is the best, and a way for people that want to develop for VeriCoin to meet us. And actually, it looks like that's going to happen. We're going to meet with a couple people. They donated the amount of money required for us to get coffee with them, and they want to talk to us about VeriCoin and different projects. And of course, the VeriBank developer is getting beer with us, so we're going to get drunk with them. That'll be pretty fun. But we're really, really excited. We think it'll be a great launch pad for our new wallet, our new brand. We have a new logo. Sorry for screwing with you guys with this this logo that's under my face right now. But by the middle of July when we're there, you're going to see a complete rebrand, a new website, a lot of new stuff, really putting VeriCoin at the forefront of looking modern and looking relevant. Thanks to a great marketing, someone who is very highly rated, I guess. He's a full-time marketer for a large firm, and he was willing to accept VeriCoin, which we raised as a community, and we're really, really excited about it. So I don't know if Dave and Doug want to talk about the conference, but you guys are welcome to talk about it.
I'll just say something real quick. You know, we're really excited to go to the conference. Not only to talk about VeriCoin, but also to meet with, you know, major people in the industry, and learn what they're talking about and what the Bitcoin community in particular is focused on right now, and see some of the, you know, kind of celebrities of the Bitcoin world, and hear firsthand what it is they think is the next step. That'll be great. We're also looking to make basically as many partnerships we can in a and I use the term partnerships loosely. Like, basically, we're just looking to network with anyone in cryptocurrency or anyone outside of cryptocurrency that wants to be involved in cryptocurrency in some way, to advance VeriCoin, and make it more agile, make it more responsive to the market, and more cutting edge. And Pat, who was leading the show, has walked off.
Apparently.
Dave, you want to say
Yeah,
anything?
I saw him step away for a minute.
That's all right. I'll take over. There were some questions on IRC about the logo. There was a question about the Light wallet. Do you know if there's what the plans are currently, if you're willing to reveal any, for a Light wallet that doesn't download the entire blockchain?
We actually, after this wallet gets released, that's probably, aside from just making sure the wallet that's released on Saturday is rock solid, we're going to be, you know, continuing to innovate, continuing to add new features. But at the same time, we're going to put more emphasis on Android staking wallet. Pat tweeted about we're looking for developers. If anybody's out there, if someone already hasn't contacted Pat since the tweet earlier, who can basically take head on.
And we lost Doug. Awesome. Perfect timing.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, in that case, let's move on to some of the PR plan, assuming we don't lose Joel. Are you still with us?
Yep.
Excellent. Nice.
Sorry. Trying to get all fancy back here, man. Can you notice? Let me see.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
I haven't slept in like days. VeriCoin. I don't even know where to start, man. Are you guys ready? Like, for some out of this world crazy stuff that I'm about to say?
I would say they're ready because IRC's been blowing up wanting to know about your PR stuff, man.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So just to recap. So basically, I'm giving VeriCoin. I'm gonna say it here, and you guys could tweet about it. And I talked to Patrick today. I've been very concerned because a lot of people, you know, obviously, you know, from different cryptos and whatever camps, they're talking too much stuff. And then when I look at it, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. So I had to talk to my lawyer today because I'm bringing my Rolodex. And my Rolodex doesn't have a price. And I'm not going to say it just to hype it. I'm just going to say it because that's the way it is, you know. And there's there's a lot of high rollers and high people and very big business people in the industry. And if I bring them, basically, they're coming in because I brought them in. And as you guys can see, I'm not hiding behind some fake name or whatever. I'm actually out here with my real name. and I have real businesses, and I'm not here to scam or do pump and dump or whatever guys or people want to say. So with that in mind, with that, I made the decision that I was going to bring my Rolodex to VeriCoin. Just because I've spoken to Patrick, I've spoken to Doug, I know David now, I've read about his background, and I think that this is where my connections are probably going to play at probably to the best of the advantage of this whole thing. I'm really one more time. I'm really here because I believe in the development team, and that's it. Forget about money. I'm gonna look at the camera. Forget about money. Forget about pump and dump. I'm here because of the development team. I make my money in the real world. I don't need crypto money. So I'm just gonna say it one more time. I do not need crypto money. And with that in mind, and with that, I went out and I met with some of my friends and some of my customers and some of the people that I know. My company serves over maybe 10,000 customers in South Florida. And I have a lot of clients that love me and know that I'm a serious person. And some of them I've talked to, and they have been very excited about what I'm doing, and they've actually offered themselves to help me in this journey. And one of those people or one of those companies is Bristol PR. We know Maxbox Agency here in Miami, but I had another idea. And my idea was I didn't want to get an agency that I could, there's many of them that I know that I've actually worked with and I've hired to work some of my projects, but I didn't want to bring an agency here just to work Yahoo, Google, the tech world. That's okay, but my ideas, because I come from where I come from, are big, like huge. So I needed to find a PR firm where I felt strong in terms of like, well, these people are probably going to do exactly what I need. And what do I need? What I need is VeriCoin to not only be in the minds and in the lives of American people, but I also need VeriCoin to go into the Spanish, into the Latin people, Mexico, South America, Central America, Spain. So that's why I chose Bristol PR. Bristol PR, not only it's going to target the American market, but it's also going to market the Latino and the Hispanic market. What does that mean? It means huge. It means big. It means we're going to target two different sides of this big world that we live in, which is Spanish and English. And that was very important for me. And one of the features that we have talked about, which is SMX, send the text, to people all over the world, it got me really excited about that. So anyways, I contacted Bristol. I know the owners personally, and we had a meeting about Bitcoin, crypto, all of that stuff. And after I talked to them and everything, they were really excited and said that they would gladly join the project. This is something that I'm going to donate out of my pocket to VeriCoin, to the community, because I personally, I just don't believe that sometimes, not all the time, sometimes if people could do certain things, if you could, like, if let's say you're a carpenter and you could build something with wood and you want to donate it, fine. So I'm not a carpenter, I'm not nothing else, but I do have connections. So I want to donate to VeriCoin, the PR firm. So that's one of the things I want to do, because I strongly believe that I shouldn't maybe be telling the community, hey, let's donate, and then we're taking all these VeriCoins, and then after that we got to dump them in the market, and then we have to change them for Bitcoin, and then maybe if you have a huge dump on the market. So that's not going to happen here. We're not having no dump. What we're going to have is my pockets taking care of this. So Bristol PR, what are they going to do? I can only talk a few things because we're about to sign the contract, okay? And my lawyers are, talking to them, and this should be all set maybe by tomorrow, latest Monday. But we're going really fast. So what Bristol is going to do, and I'm going to read some stuff from what I got today. Establish communication with members of the media in order to inform them about the company along with the key messages. This includes general media, Spanish language media, business and finance, technology reporters and editors assignment, and photo desks, as well as other target media and outlets. Develop a specialized working media list for all targets media outlets that will be utilized by the agency for pitching and media distribution purposes. And I can keep going on and on and on. But one of the things that this is all going to be posted on Reddit, okay? Bristol is going to post the plan and the roadmap. One of the things that I want to talk to you guys about is what Bristol is bringing is radio and TV. What, you know, it's like the way I want to help market VeriCoin, you know, and other people are going to do different things, is basically market VeriCoin like if it was just, you know, a product that's going to be launched to the entire market. So with that, we are going to target not only internet, we're going to target TV and radio. And we're going to set up a roadmap, and someone that's going to help that roadmap is Granda Entertainment. Granda Entertainment, which is not a PR company from Miami that has managed hundreds of artists, including and has business deals with Shakira, Paulina Rubio, Ricky Martin, and I can just keep on going. And what they're going to do for us is basically introduce or try to get some of the artists that we could probably do deals with so that we can do some targeted stuff with them and introduce through them VeriCoin, through their all their followers. Not only that, Grand Entertainment
Hey. Hold on a sec. Joel, don't say anything. Someone muted you. Can you unmute him, please?
okay, hey, where did I stop?
I don't know.
On Grand Entertainment, maybe? Bristol?
Yeah,
No?
somewhere. No, just like 30 seconds ago. Please don't mute
Okay.
anyone, guys.
Okay, sorry about that. So one more time. So I was segueing from Bristol. So Bristol is the PR company, and then Grand Entertainment is a promotionals company. What they do is that they're going to bring the artists, music, entertainment world, LB, the gay and lesbian community. They're going to bring the Latin world into this whole thing, and they're going to work kind of like together. So what Granda is going to do, he is actually going to bring in the big players, all the business people that he's ever dealt with. We're actually going to have a huge event, a local event. It's private because he's going to host, and there we're going to have meetings with a huge, a whole bunch of business people here in Miami, and to talk about VeriCoin and what they could do for us. So basically, local business owners, corporate people, they're all going to be there to basically try to see if we can devise a plan on how we're going to push VeriCoin to Central, South America, and maybe the United States. And then once we devise a plan, that's a promotional plan into the entertainment world, but also there's going to be some interesting stuff that I can't talk about right now, and they're going to pretty much merge with Bristol and the guys from, the developers to make this roadmap so that we can then push VeriCoin through TV, through the internet, through the website, through everything that anything public relations related. The roadmap is going to be laid out on Reddit. I am way too excited. There's very, very interesting things that we're cooking that are probably not going to fit in you guys' brains. But one of the things I want to talk about is we are going to do a launch party for VeriCoin in Miami. Okay? I'm going to more than likely be gathering some of my funds and welcome anybody that wants to help. But we're going to do like a launch party. Really big, red carpet. We're going to invite all of the artists that we know to come to the event. All the business people from Miami and from all over the world, they're going to be coming here to Miami to introduce VeriCoin as the cryptocurrency, as the digital cryptocurrency that's really going to make a difference. And one of the things that I want people to think about is Latin America. A lot of Latin American countries don't have internet, but they do have text. So let me just talk a little bit about Cuba. We've thought about a couple of ideas on how to maybe do something revolutionary, which is a lot of people in Miami and Cubans in general, they have to send money through Western Union. And we might change things around. They might just want to probably adopt VeriCoin and maybe get some VeriCoins through text. And this is something that we're working on, devising. And if that works, then it goes to Venezuela. And then after that, you know how all those regiment countries are oppressing people. And we might just break something. I really can't talk much about it because we're developing how we're going to make this happen. There's one activist in Miami that happened to be in one of the meetings that I was there, and he actually embraced the idea. This guy's really respected in the community, and something really big might just happen with that. So all of these little ideas, the artists, the launch party, all this stuff, all that is, all that we're gonna get from it is just a lot of amazing exposure. I'm planning on bringing the developers down to Miami to make this really, really big. And obviously, we're going to invite CNN, MSNBC, and all the people to come and join us at the event. They can have whatever they want. We're going to have press kits, media kits, and we're really going to blow this up, okay? Because we're not going to do this like all the other currencies. I'm here, and I'm going to take care of you guys. This is what I'm here to do. I don't want nothing in return. I don't have 1 million coins. I have a few coins, yeah, like everybody else. But I'm just excited, and I think that even if I have 1,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, they're going to be worth a lot. And even if they're not worth a lot, I am going to prove a point. And my point is that I'm going to change it. I'm going to change the mentality of people that think this is just Minpal and maybe just Bittrex. It's not. We're actually going to make history, and you can hold me to my word. And all the stuff that I've talked about is going to be laid out on paper. It's going to be released. I want everybody to know exactly what I know at the same time. So we're going to have it on Reddit, and it's going to be more targeted. Whatever. It's just too much, and I'm too excited. But you'll see it. You'll see my work.
Joel, I have one question for you. I was in the Army for 6 years, spent some time in the Middle East. I know over there, there's not a lot of access to banks, not a lot of trust in banks and such. Would there be any way to, I know the SMS feature would probably be big in the Middle East as well. Would there be a way to target that area as well?
I mean, from my point, if Patrick says yes, absolutely. The Bristol doesn't have an arm, to maybe target the Middle Eastern people, but I'm sure we can bring somebody that could work through Bristol, or maybe somebody in that area we could probably sub-hire to then target that region. Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I have first-hand experience in that area, so I know that a lot of financial infrastructure just doesn't exist in that area. So the SMS feature would be really good in the Middle East.
Yeah, there's one thing that I want to talk to you guys about. There's a lot of big. I'm not gonna say names because they're friends or people that I know. But do your research. There are some big people in Mexico, Central America. I'm not gonna say because if you do your research, you'll find out. And these people we know, and they have a lot of power, and they're gonna be invited to this event. So look forward to very big things. I'm here to do big things, and I thank you for telling me about Saudi Arabia, and hopefully we can find somebody that can maybe be somebody like me in that side of the world, and can help us out, really push through VeriCoin in Asia and the Middle East.
Cool. Well, I just want to say, a lot of people don't have much trust for anyone formerly named Wizrig, but he's been really forthcoming with me. He's shown me, I got a copy of the contract with Bristol, for example. I've talked to some of his contacts, and all I can say is everything is 100% legitimate from everything I've seen. So I don't think this is something you guys should be worrying about. I think, maybe things in the past didn't work out for some reason or another, but he knows who we are. He has seen us. He has talked to us. He knows we're legitimate. We're not going to disappear one day, and maybe that was something he was afraid of before. But,
there's one thing that people don't know. There's one thing that people don't know, and one of the persons I'm not going to talk about anybody, but there's people in Blackcoin that know exactly. They know exactly who I am, and they know exactly what I have, and unfortunately they might feel very threatened. and that's up to them. I'm not here to down them. I think Blackcoin, like he said, I mean, Bradford is amazing, and a whole bunch of those people are amazing. I mean, I have nothing against them. I just happen to, research, and I felt comfortable with VeriCoin. That's all it is. There's nothing against anybody in person, not at all. But some of them know what I bring to the table, and they might not. I think they feel a little bit nervous.
Yeah. So anyway, we don't need to talk anything about any other coins. There's really no reason.
They're all great people to me, and Blackcoin is great. For Bradford is great. I don't have any problem with anything, personally. I just chose to work with you guys. That's all it is.
Yeah, and Doug and I were really big into Blackcoin in the early days and stuff. There's really, we don't have any issues with any coins. I worked with the Dogecoin developers in the early days. I don't have any problems with any of these. I don't know why people from other coins come to criticize VeriCoin, but whatever. They say we won't release features, and then we release them early, ahead of time. So, haha for them, I guess. They didn't get to enjoy the price going up. So I guess so someone asked on Google Plus, did the PR firm cost $30,000? Well, PR firms don't work with a fixed amount of money. They work on a monthly contract or a monthly payment system, and I can tell you that no, Bristol is not as expensive as.
No. That's another thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. I worked out the deal with Bristol. You guys are not going to pay for it, so don't worry about it. But one thing that's very, very important is that Bristol will be accepting VeriCoin.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, that means they believe in us, and hopefully it's an investment that they can make that helps them, because I think VeriCoin is really, the price now is not even close to what it's going to be. When 10 years from now, when VeriCoin is being used by people all over the world, and that's our dream, and that's what we're working towards. So
yeah, some of the funds that are going to go to Bristol for this contract are going to be in VeriCoin, which is amazing. That deal was worked, and they're very excited. I don't even know what else to say. It's just good news.
Yeah. So one thing that's kind of funny, I posted earlier today on the Bitcoin Talk thread and on the VeriCoin website. There's been some controversy about Joel, and I said, okay, well, if you guys don't want him to be involved in funding it, why don't we fund it ourselves? So I posted a new address, VeriCoin address, and a new Bitcoin address, and said, okay, if you want to help us with the PR, you can donate anything you want. And it hasn't been all day, but it's been hours, and no one has donated a single VeriCoin, no one has donated a single Bitcoin or a fraction of a Bitcoin to help out, which I guess really means there's no reason to distrust someone who's going to invest in a long-term project like this. Joel has put his own money down, only his own money, and a PR company is not something you hire for 1 month just to get the coin value up. So I don't think it's even a legitimate concern that he's here to pump and then dump the coin. There's nothing I've seen from talking to him, and I've talked to him for hours now, that suggests this guy's only on it for a quick ride up. And as you know, the developers and I, Dave, Doug and I, we're in this coin for the long haul. We're going to make this the #1 coin. Actually, we're going to be meeting with a relative of mine who works for Coinbase. I'm not going to get too into it, but if you guys look hard enough, you can probably figure out who it is. He started another cryptocurrency himself, which is worth quite a bit of money. And now he's at Coinbase, and we're going to see, he has pushed his coin pretty hard. And he knows how to do it, and hopefully he'll be able to give us some advice to get VeriCoin to the next level. Anyone else have anything to say?
Yeah, Pat, we lost you.
Where did you lose me?
Oh, no, your audio cut out. I guess it must have just been on my end, sorry.
I heard everything.
Okay.
So the kind of a separate thread along those lines. I mean, in order for the coin to really take off, more community involvement would be amazing. I've been talking with Kleinapp, who's been also doing quite a lot to get us out there, get VeriCoin accepted by various places, and he's really done a lot. But that's just one guy. If people could fill in the wiki, talk to the other exchanges that don't accept us yet, articles, blogs, anything. Just, if people don't know it exists, people aren't going to accept it. So anything people can do would be amazing.
Yeah, and to that point, I would say like if you look at the block explorer, there's only, I think the number's around 2,500 wallets. So so if you guys feel that VeriCoin, is a fairly successful coin at this point, relative to the number of wallets we could potentially have out there, we are just barely scratching the surface right now.
Yeah. So I guess back to the whole community and whatnot talk. There are some things that would really help us out. We're the developers. We come up with a game plan where the coin is headed, but we're not the only ones. There are plenty of great developers who could be building things like the Bearbank, for example. And these are things we need. We need people embracing VeriCoin, taking advantage of the fact that it's as far as I can tell, the fastest transaction time cryptocurrency in existence. In terms of seeing the transaction, not necessarily confirmations. It is, you can use it to buy things with Bitcoin. You can buy things in Overstock.com, TigerDirect.com, etc. We have this technology. We have something that is very powerful, and it needs to be something that people, if you care about it, you need to help out. We can't do everything. I spent way too much time on Twitter and on the IRC channel and on the Bitcoin Talk announcement thread. There's a lot more stuff I could be doing if I wasn't doing that. We need a real community to form. We need people to start leading it. We need a VeriCoin forum where people can ask questions. We need other people that can answer questions like, why isn't my staking working? Well, the reason for that is because you have like one coin in your wallet. We need people answering questions like, why am I not making money on the mining pool? Well, that's because your 5 kilohashes per second aren't sufficient to generate 1 Bitcoin a day. So, we need people to help out. We need people, I don't like asking for donations. I make money as a graduate student, and, Doug makes money and Dave makes money. We don't need your money, but if you want us to help get things out quicker, we need the financial help to hire some other developers and to help promote them through the incubator project. So please, the VeriFund is completely out of VeriCoin right now, 0 VeriCoin. And that's because we spent them all on bounties. We've supported developers making gambling games, and we supported developers making other applications. There's a developer making a game that accepts VeriCoin called VeriTree, which will be out. A lot of these things had to be helped out. We have a block explorer that cost us some VeriCoin. All these things, Doug and I actually funded somewhere around like 50% of the entire VeriFund ourselves, and we don't have that many VeriCoin. We are not the top 10, VeriCoin addresses. We're doing it because we want to help the coin. And we need other people to help the coin as well. And that's the only way we're going to get to Bitcoin's level. And I honestly think if everyone's on board, everyone helps out, and we continue our development, companies start adding us, that there's no chance we're going to be worth less than Bitcoin in the next few years. Like Doug said, there are very few wallets with VeriCoin now. I think it's around 2,000. There are way more Bitcoin wallets, and there's no reason we can't be up there with them. Anyone else? All right. Well, guys, I think this is a very fun thing. Maybe we can make it, somewhat regular. It's fun answering your questions and cool talking about our plans for the future. Of course, we didn't tell you everything yet because we won't be able to have our fun ninja launches if we tell you about everything we're going to be doing. But anyway, keep your eyes on VeriCoin, guys, and we as the developers are thrilled that VeriCoin is what it is today, and but it's not even close to where we want it to be. So we're going to keep working until it gets there.
Yeah, and I'll just say one quick thing to Pat's point. At the same time, there has been a number of people who have done a lot and who are in the IRC every day answering questions. And I just, for the team and for the community, I want to say thank you to you guys. You know who you are. You've done a lot. Some people from the very first day of launch. Other people stepped up later on, but more than most, and everything in between. Definitely want to say thank you to everybody who's put in time and effort and has written things, for instance, on the talk thread that help guide the strategy forward, and all those things are very important, and actually a lot of the time although it's important for things like that to come from us, it sometimes is more impactful when it comes from the community. So do keep that in mind, and thank you for what you have done.
So I guess I'm going to end with my last words, and then anyone can finish off. There's one question I saw, or two. This is very important. I forgot to mention it. Shaq4 on IRC said, I hope you guys bring Chris Perillo on next time. Well, we're planning on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We're going to have something pretty much exactly like this, except with just the 3 developers and Chris Perillo. And we're going to be talking to him about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, VeriCoin, etc. Giving him a little of an introduction because he doesn't know much about it, and we're really excited for that. Someone else also mentioned, so by the way, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, that's 6 p.m. Pacific Time. I don't know what time it is around the world, but you can figure it out. One more question, what are the best things investors without much technical knowledge can do to support the community? There's several things. One, you can help us get our wiki started. I started a wiki, as well as there's a Wikipedia article on wikipedia.org.
I just posted the link in IRC.
There's a link to it on IRC. We really need this to be built. You can talk about the technical things. You can post different places you can spend VeriCoin. It would be really helpful for someone to make a VeriCoin map where you can start where you can spend it. Other things you can do: report VeriCoin. Tell your favorite press people about VeriCoin. Tweet it to people. Give your friends paper wallets with 10 VeriCoin loaded on it or something like that, and just spread VeriCoin around. Show people what it can do, what it is, and what you think it can be. And hopefully that will work. So I guess the last thing I want to say, Chris Perillo tomorrow night. I'm not sure if it's going to be only for his supporters or not, but eventually it'll be on YouTube. So please tune in and
watch. That's great, man. I didn't know. So you talked to Chris and then you guys worked it out?
Yep. It looks like 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night.
That's excellent. I'm really happy. That's great.
Yep. And by the way, Joel donated our support of Chris Perillo, so another long-term project that he's been really helpful with.
Yeah, guys, man, just listen, everybody. Put your coins in your wallet. Stake if you can. It helps the network. I'm doing it. I have my business. I have a whole bunch of Macs, and they're running all kinds of different wallets trying to support the Miami region. And guys, reach out to me if you have any questions. If you want to ask me anything, I'm more than happy to answer your questions, and whatever the case may be. I'm just happy to be in the team, and I hope everybody just gets behind Patrick and Dave and Doug and help them out, man. Help them out. They're great people.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to say thanks to all you guys and thanks to the community. And I'll be here for the long haul. I don't have a very big VeriCoin bag, but I'm definitely going to be doing everything I can to help support VeriCoin. So, I'll be here. I mean, like I said, now we got the Veri baby over here. So.
Hey guys, I've been quiet here. I'm from Portugal, and Joel spoke about reaching the world and languages. So I'll be setting some projects to reach the Portuguese people. As you know, Portugal is small, but the Brazilian country is big. Has a lot of people. They need the very SMS to send, because they don't. A lot of people don't even have a bank account. So I'm gonna work with the Portuguese community to bring VeriCoin.
Hey, I just wanted to say, by the way, someone donated 100 VeriCoin to the VeriFund, so thank you. And you know, I'm glad you guys are listening to our message.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just want to say about the physical VeriCoins. The start join link is going to be in the IRC, and it's on the thread as well on Bitcoin Talk. So if you guys want to see some physical VeriCoins, go there and donate.
All right, one last thing. Just because it was requested in IRC, I'm giving a shout out to Banana Nipples.
Oh man, I was gonna let you handle that one, Dave. I didn't even touch that. I was like, nope, I'm not answering that.
Guys, my people are excited, guys. I don't even know what to tell you, man. The other day I was meeting from like 8 o'clock to like 2 o'clock in the morning, man. This is just bananas, man. I think I haven't slept in like 3 weeks. I'm really, yeah, like
Yeah, no, that's true.
The crazy thing, I have the laptop. My wife is thinking like, "Hey, man, what the hell's going on?" I got the laptop next to me, man. I'm getting messages from all over the world, just trying to organize people. But I'm just excited. Bristol's excited. Granda's excited. Our team is excited. And man, we're gonna party in Miami, man. This is gonna happen. We're working. So guys, just like I said, stake your coins, put them in the wallet, and grab them because they're gonna fly by. Once, oh, the USD. We didn't talk about VeriUSD. Did we talk about that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we did. We're working on wallet integration for it.
Okay,
I don't want to get too much into it now, but hopefully in a month you'll be able to buy some VeriCoin with your US dollars or your euros directly from the wallet. So
yeah, yes, good.
Awesome.
All right. Was there? Oh, one last thing. You know, we never really talked about this, but Dave, Doug, and I are the only three that have GitHub access where we can change the code. But we would love if you'd like to contribute some code yourself and to the GitHub and help us improve the coin. You know, most coins are developed by more than 3 people. Bitcoin has many developers that submit stuff. We've only had one person attempt to submit any code, and it was one that would have made them have a crap load of proof of stake coins generated. They're trying to bypass our check system. Luckily, we didn't approve it, but any legitimate coders that would like to add some useful code that helps the wallet, helps the coin, that would be awesome.
Joel, I'm gonna have to hit you up in IRC to find out some more about the launch party because I'm in Louisiana, so I'm not too far away from Miami.
No, we could definitely support you, man. And at the event, I'm sure we're gonna need a lot of stuff, you know, that we can showcase on the coin. I mean, it's just gonna be amazing. And we're going to bring some music to it, too. And the guys are going to probably showcase VeriCoin and to the community and the world.
Outstanding. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I am. Well, I know Joel is, but...
I am, man.
Oh, yeah. I feel good about this, so I mean...
Yeah, man. Every time... It's the funniest thing is that every time people say something, I'm just laughing over here. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be spending all this time bringing all my connections to just... whatever, walk away. So they can say whatever.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was a little leery at first, you know, with the whole Black Hand deal and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, we're not talking about the past. So, I mean, but I was a little leery at first. But now after talking to you, I feel a lot more comfortable.
Hey, man, we're here to work.
More faith in you.
We're here to work. If you guys want my phone number, I don't care, man. You got my phone number. My name is out there. I mean, whatever. I'm here for you guys in whatever way. Friends or whatever. Good luck to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool, guys. I guess it's time to end then. Thanks for tuning in to our first VeriCoin Hangout, and we'll do it again. And yeah, I hope you guys are really excited. You know who we are. You realize we're not people trying to scam you, and we're people that are really going to try to push this coin to the next level. So thanks for your support. If you have extra coin that you don't care about, please send it to the VeriFund, and we're going to get some more cool stuff funded.
Hey, Dave, thank you for coming forward, man. I was really excited, man, that I know. It's sometimes things are hard. So thank you for coming forward, man. That really made me feel really good. Yeah, that
Yeah,
you did that. Thank
thanks
you.
to your small tech company that you work for in Washington for allowing you to do this with us. And yeah, we won't want to disrupt a small cloud computing group of a small company.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not mentioning Dave's actual employer right now because they want to do some more investigation. So they can learn about VeriCoin.
I was told from my boss to downplay that.
So Dave works for a really, really small software company.
Yeah,
That's it.
what company? I don't even know what you speak of.
Yeah, something like
nobody you've ever heard of.
nano hardware or something like that. So, anyway. All right, guys.
And on that note,
one thing as a side note about revealing our identities. I mean, we didn't really hide them. We just didn't. No, actually, nobody ever asked me what my identity was. I never had the opportunity to say it. But one good thing about us saying who we are is it's interesting. I got a message on the Bitcoin Talk thread about someone who found VeriCoin, who was in the crypto community already, found VeriCoin because he was Googling my alma mater, and somehow the VeriCoin website came up. So he's actually a crypto person that found VeriCoin through searching for my alma mater. So that was kind of an interesting bonus of having people know who you are.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, to continue on with the not trying to hide anything, not trying to be a scammer or anything. That's why I'm on here. I'm showing my face. You guys got my name. I know Pat's got my number. Dave's got my number. I mean, so I'm here, open to the community as well. I'm not a developer like you guys, but I'm hoping to help support VeriCoin and take it further onwards, like you guys are trying to do. So I'm here, open to the community as well.
Cool, guys. All right. Well, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time. I'm not sure when it's going to be, but we'll do this again.
All right.
Sounds good.
Catch y'all later.